Here's how to illustrate your KDP children's books using Canva. Now I'm going to be using Canva Pro for this. If you don't have Canva Pro already, you can find a link to a free trial in my description. Now first, we're going to go over to elements here. We're looking for images that we can use to create our characters and our settings in our children's book. I recommend going into this with a flexible idea of what you want your children's story to be about. If you are too rigid in wanting a very specific storyline, it's doubtful that you can find the specific images that you need on Canva. But if you're more flexible, then there's a lot of images that will work really well. So let's say, for example, we have a loose idea of creating a story about a dog that doesn't want to go to bed. So let's start by looking for images of dogs. So I'll type in dog here and see what we have. I like to start out with a blank page and do a little bit of a casting call for the different characters that my book could feature. Now, let's see. I'm looking for images that specifically have a lot of movement to them, that are really cute, and ideally have multiple images that are similar that even show the character in different poses. So for example, this dog is really cute here. Let's click on him. He's cute, he's smiling, it looks like he's kind of bowing down, but I want to see if there's any more poses for him. So when you click on an image in Canva, this box will pop up underneath that says Magic Recommendations. This usually has images that are similar to the image you selected or that are by the same artist or something like that. Looking at this, I don't see any images that are this same dog character, but I see some that do look like they were maybe created by the same artist because they are the same style. And that's important when making a children's book. You want it to look cohesive, like one artist illustrated the whole thing and not that you splice together a whole bunch of different pictures, even though that's kind of what you're doing. So I'm going to click on the See All for the Magic Recommendations. And I do see a lot of cute options here. These could all be other dogs that I featured in my book if I did decide to go with this guy for my character. Like he could have this guy as a friend here, and it would look cohesive because they look like they were created by the same artist. I don't, however, see any images that look just like this guy but in a different pose. So I'm going to keep looking and see what else I could find. Let's add another page to see what other dogs we can find. And by the way, I'm going to go to graphics because the photos of dogs aren't really what I'm looking for. Let's see. This guy's really cute. He looks like a husky. I'll click on him. He looks like he's winking at me. And then let's go to Magic Recommendations. See if I can find anything similar. I don't find any that quite look like this guy, but I do notice some images here that look like they might be the same dog, but in different poses, here, here, and here. So let's see if we can add this guy to our casting call. Here's him in kind of a neutral sitting down position, and sure enough, when I click on it, the Magic Recommendations pop up and show me that here he is in a bunch of different poses. So I could have him sitting, I could have him sleeping, let's see. This looks like him as well. I can have him kind of sticking his tongue out. Are there any more that look like him? I think this one might be the same guy close up. Kind of looks like it could be, huh? I'm just going to keep clicking on Magic Recommendations to see what else I can find. This looks like him. I could use this as well. And even though there are lots of images here that don't look quite just like this character, they're very clearly created in a similar style, probably by the same artist, so they would look really nice in a children's book together. So maybe I could have this guy here be the main character, the dog that doesn't want to go to sleep, but maybe he could have a friend. Maybe, let's say this guy here will be his friend, and I can see that he's got some different poses as well. Here's him sitting down. Here's him, kind of looks like he's sticking his tongue out or saying something. So I could use these images to create a story and make it look cohesive, like it was created by the same artist. So if I was really creating this book, I would probably go through and really look at all the different options that I found. Oh, look, here's even a lot more of this white dog. So I could use a lot for him. I like this one. But for now, let's just go with these images I found here. So that was kind of my casting call, and I've cast this brown dog, let's say, as the main character, the dog that doesn't want to go to sleep. And this guy is his friend. Maybe he is trying to convince the other dog to go to bed, or maybe he's convincing him to stay up and not go to bed. Whatever. Just some sort of fun story, a simple story that kids will enjoy. So since I'm still just playing around, let's try to find other images that I could create. Maybe a background that I could create for this story. So let's see, maybe the first page is the dog sitting by a doghouse. So I could search for doghouse, and I have a lot of cute options here. And again, I want to find images that look similar to this one, that look like they're the same style. So this one, maybe, or I could use this one. I don't think I like that one as much. What about this one? Oh, I think I like this one the best. One of the reasons that it looks more cohesive with this image of the dog is because they both have a thick black border around them. So it looks like they were maybe done by the same artist. So here's the dog house. Let's have the dog sitting by it. And then let's add it background. So maybe the background, let's say I just want, maybe I just want a blue sky and green grass. So let's start with the sky. There's going to be a lot of options, I'm sure. How about this? This has the blue sky and the grass. I'll just make it so it's the right size, more or less, and then send it to the back. And then here we have the dog sitting by his doghouse, and we have a beautiful background to go with it. Now let's say that I wanted to add text for this first page. I would go over to text, and I could type whatever the first part of my story is. Maybe I will say, Rex the dog didn't want to go to sleep. Make it a little bit smaller here. Could change the font to whatever looks good for my story. And ta-da, there I have my first page. If I were making this book, I would just continue going through, selecting these images that looked good for my story, and then I could create a pretty simple but really cute story using just the images of these dogs in different poses. And then maybe finally at the end I would use this image to show that yes, Rex the dog had gone to sleep. So I encourage you to use Canva to see what's on there to create your children's books, because there's really a lot of great images. If you go into it with a flexible attitude and a creative mind to create a story that you can use just already using the images that are on there, you can really save a lot of money by not having to hire an illustrator to illustrate your book, because that can be really costly. But creating a children's book in this way is a really cost-effective way to create a cute story that you can sell online and maybe make some passive income from it. So best of luck on your children's book creation, and let me know if you have any questions.